system platform for beginners. Now, not necessarily beginners in software, but beginners with system platform. So who am I? I'm Rob Kambach. I am part of product management team at Wonderware. I'm responsible for application server and system platform. You can find me on LinkedIn. We also have a LinkedIn group if you would like to join that, HMI SCADA App Server. You can search for it and become a member. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. Most importantly, we're going to talk about how InTouch to system platform is not a replacement but a evolution. And that is very different. So it's evolving into a system platform from InTouch. So what is system platform? Well, it has core components. Today we're going to talk about the visualization part, but it also has different components. The different components are application server, responsible for executing your and hosting your applications. Historian, to store data, process data. Information server, to have a web portal into the system. Device integration products, DA servers, things like that that connect to the outside world. What is that outside world? Well, that can be third-party resources, software applications, or third-party controllers. Also on top, Wonderware clients. So these Wonderware clients is InTouch, for example. InTouch for visualization, Historian client for analysis, information server, a web reporting client. So different components make up Wonderware system platform. Let's start at the beginning. You're on InTouch today, and what the agenda is for today is we want to install ArchestrA system platform on a clean operating system, create a project galaxy, import your InTouch application, publish your InTouch application, and deploy it. So those three things we're going to show you today how to do. Common misconceptions are that you need system platform to use ArchestrA graphics, or a full install of system platform, which means a full install of SQL Server, Server OS, all those type of things. And the answer is no, you don't need that. You can install this on a client OS with one DVD. Since the 2012 release, we have one DVD that replaced all our product DVDs, and that you can run and basically have a role-based install. So if you choose the role-based install, you can actually just install the components needed for the client OS, and you don't need any additional software, just that one DVD. So we're going to go over what standalone InTouch is, what you have today, which you know is managed by the application server, window maker, and window viewer, and NAT for distributed applications. So we're going to go into the install now, and then once we get through the install, we'll come back to a couple of slides, but most of it will be demo. So let's start with the install. Alright, so the installation. Step one. Of course we don't want to have that DOS screen, but that was just a gimmick. First of all, the DVD, the 2012 R2 DVD, started up, product-based selection, and then Wonderware InTouch R2 runtime and development. And that's all you need to check off. So next, English, next. This is somewhat accelerated because, of course, I don't want you to look at a progress bar for minutes. So we're skipping a couple of it. So SQL Server Express gets installed, and then our software. Once that is done, I'm rebooting, and now I have the application manager. So I can open that. I see the demo application. I have a new icon here. That is the IDE. Next step would be to create a galaxy. Creating a galaxy is through the IDE. So let's see how that goes. There we have our IDE button. Click on it, and we'll basically say create a new galaxy called My InTouch app. And once that is created, we're going to open this up in the IDE, and import our InTouch application. So the first part first, and that is basically connect to it once it's created, and it will open up the IDE. So in here, once landed, we have different panes. I'm closing 3 off: deployment, the model, and derivation view. All we need is the template toolbox, and what has the InTouch View app, View Engine, and Windows Platform. And then of course a pane with all the ArchestrA graphics. The ArchestrA graphics are available and once you are in the IDE. And now we're going to go and import our application. So we're creating a new View app from the template, and that View app we're going to just simply import the Reactor demo, the old Reactor demo that came with InTouch originally. Import existing InTouch application, press next. I'm going to browse to the desktop where it is. That's where I placed it. Hit OK, and then basically open it up. So once it's opened up, we can go to runtime and see if everything works. And once everything is working, then basically we have managed to create a application within the IDE, imported it into a View app, and now we have a View app. Now we can manipulate that. This shows that you now have access to ArchestrA graphics and brings up the ArchestrA graphic browser inside of InTouch integrated, so you can use the ArchestrA graphics here throughout your InTouch application. The next part would be to publish your InTouch application. So basically taking your app and publishing it from the IDE. So basically you select your application, choose publish and the location where you want to have it, and you basically, in my case, I created a directory which is called my InTouch app. Select that directory and publish my app. So what that will do, that can be to a USB stick or external drive. Then you can take that to another node, put it on an InTouch View node, and then basically read it in. You have your published application, including all your ArchestrA graphics that you have used. So here you basically, within the application manager, you can now find it. So we're going to look for it. These are all the managed applications, the 3 Reactor demos. Find the application, go to my subdirectory. It browses the underlying directories, and there's the demo app. And this is how that was published. So the next one is a deploy operation. And no, you don't want to throw your grandmother out of a C17 like those guys, but deploying an InTouch View app. So how does that work? Is basically Windows platform, new instance, and it creates a new Windows platform instance, which is just a platform that hosts the application. With that, we also want to deploy a View engine, which is basically hosting our View app. So you need 3 things: platform, that's just for the machine, and then the engine to execute the application, put it on there, and then the demo app. So we're putting those 3 in that order and drag and drop them on top of each other. So now we have a platform engine and a View app. That's all you need to deploy to a remote node. On that remote node, you would have to install the InTouch runtime components from the DVD that will automatically install all the components needed to make this work. So then the deploy, once that is finished, we'll go to the application manager and show that the deployed app now shows up there. So it's deployed. We're going to the application manager, and as you can see there, we have a published, managed, and a standalone application. So published I showed earlier. Now we also have a managed application, which is right there. It has a little IDE icon in there to indicate that it's managed from the IDE. You cannot edit it here. You can only go to view mode. So you edit it within the IDE. Once it's started, you can basically want to demonstrate that if you open it up and change something and close it back off, it basically flags it for deployment, which means the application has changed. So this also replaces NAT, where we can basically deploy to multiple nodes and maintain our application from here. And of course, the IDE is not limited to just one InTouch application. It can have many InTouch template apps and many InTouch platforms that you can deploy to. So it's a project management environment for your InTouch applications. And in addition, you can do now ArchestrA graphics once you are on that platform. We will go in later sessions into details what ArchestrA graphics are. So to recap, this whole session is basically you have learned how to install an InTouch development runtime on a client OS, including the IDE, Integrated Development Environment. We started the IDE, created a Galaxy repository. We created an InTouch template, imported our InTouch application. We saw in InTouch development that we have access to ArchestrA graphics. We published our application and we deployed it. And that's it. Thank you very much. Till next time. Bye.